Lesson 9, guys. Curiosity is the key to a lifelong growth. This one is huge. I'm not sure if there's any other lesson that beats this one. When I got to university to pursue my degree, I thought that I was there to master formulas, strategies, and theories. I told you that I had gone to pursue Bachelor of Commerce. I thought that is what was expected from me so that it could prepare me for the business world. But guys, no. I later came to learn that the true magic wasn't just in the books I read, in the content of the lectures. No, the true magic was in the spark of curiosity that those moments ignited within me. I remember one professor in particular. I'll never forget her. Madame Belinda. May her soul continue resting in peace. She was the kind you'd think she knew everything. She was this seasoned academic, a published scholar, and a powerhouse in our field. So you could obviously expect that this kind of a person knew everything. But what made her truly remarkable wasn't the knowledge she had. It was her relentless curiosity. I remember one day she came to class holding a book she had started reading, and then she told us that I started reading this book last night and I found some fascinating things, and I haven't slept the whole night. I have been thinking and thinking and thinking and asking questions, and I can't wait for us to figure it out together. Her curiosity was so infectious. It didn't matter how much she was accomplished, but she approached every question, every idea, every concept as if it were a treasure waiting to be discovered. And that taught me that knowledge isn't static. It's an endless journey. And it expands so long as you're willing to ask questions, to explore. Knowledge, guys, isn't static. It's an endless journey that expands so long as we are willing to explore. You see how I have told you guys that her curiosity was so infectious. There was this spark in her eyes. And from that, I began to be curious about everything. The students who asked questions in class, how, why, what if, were the ones who brought the room to life. These kind of students were not afraid to admit when they did know a certain concept. They never pretended to know it all. And they were never satisfied with surface level answers. Their questions made us think beyond textbooks. And they made us to think critically and stretch our minds to see concepts we hadn't seen before. And that made me turn my frustration into exploration, because I began asking questions. For example, there were those units that were so hard. Instead of me throwing my self-pity parties and wondering how I could pass exams, I could now ask myself, why am I finding this unit hard? Is it that I'm not digging deep? Why am I not getting the concepts? You know, in campus, it's easy to get discouraged. It was so easy to get discouraged. But now, when I learned to lean into my curiosity, I was able to turn my frustrations into curiosity. That simple shift from frustration to exploration helped me turn my challenges into opportunities for growth. And it was not just in academics. I remember telling you guys that I was a student, I was a mother, and I was also working. So sometimes getting to balance this coursework, work, motherhood, sometimes I felt I was juggling 100 things, and one wrong move could send everything crashing down on me. But instead of letting this pressure consume me, I learned to lean on my curiosity. I could ask myself questions like, what is this teaching me about time management? What is this moment teaching me about resilience? What is this moment teaching me about budgeting? Of course, the answers didn't come immediately, but you see, that questioning, that thinking gave me perspective. And that perspective helped turn my frustration into exploration, helped me turn my challenges into opportunities for growth. Curiosity also taught me about humility. I came to learn that the more you learn, the more you know. My professors, as much as they were learned, they never stopped learning. You remember the professor I told you about? Her curiosity was so infectious. They never stopped learning. They modeled what it meant to be hungry for more, to want to explore ideas, to look at every idea, every question as something, as a treasure to be uncovered. My professors, despite their vast knowledge, they never stopped learning. They modeled what it meant to stay hungry for more and to approach life with wonder, not complacence. And here's the thing about curiosity. It doesn't just fuel growth. It keeps you young. Yeah, curiosity keeps you young. It keeps your spirit adventurous, your mind open, and your heart eager to learn. So here's the thing. Curiosity is a flame that never burns out so long as you keep feeding it. So here's my lesson. Be curious about everything. As students, be curious about your studies. Be curious about the people around you, about the world that you live in, and most importantly, be curious about yourself. Ask questions that scare you. Explore ideas that challenge you. Chase the things that spark your interest, even if they don't make sense right now. Be curious, guys. Because when you embrace curiosity, you unlock endless possibilities. The more you learn, the more options you create for yourself, the more doors you open for yourself, the more paths you create that you can enter. So be curious, my friend. As I love how Albert Einstein puts it. I have no special talent. I am passionately curious, because curiosity will take you further than hard work, luck, or even talent. Curiosity will keep you growing. It will keep you thriving. It will not just help you endure, it will help you soar. So stay curious, my friend. The journey is just beginning. Yes, the journey is just beginning.